The first weeks of 2025 brought a familiar terror to the hillsides of Los Angeles Wildfire. Fanned by relentless winds, flames tore through iconic landscapes, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. From the Pacific Palisades to Eaton Canyon, neighborhoods found themselves battling both fire and fear. As the smoke cleared, the true cost of the disaster began to emerge, revealing not only the physical damage but the deep economic and social impacts on the city and its residents. The fires of January 2025 were a stark reminder of the precarious balance between urban life and the untamed wilderness that surrounds Los Angeles. While the city is no stranger to the threat of fire, the speed and intensity of these latest blazes caught many off guard. As firefighters battled to contain the inferno, communities rallied to support one another, demonstrating the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. The primary catalyst for the January 2025 fires was a potent combination of high-speed winds and dry conditions. Santa Ana winds, notorious for their ferocity, ripped through the canyons and hillsides, turning what might have been manageable brush fires into raging infernos. These winds, originating in the Great Basin and Mojave Desert, gain heat and speed as they descend towards the coast, drying out vegetation and creating perfect conditions for rapid fire spread. The winds acted like a bellows, pushing the flames relentlessly forward and making firefighting efforts incredibly difficult. Embers, carried aloft by the wind, jumped across highways and fire breaks, igniting spot fires far ahead of the main fire front. This unpredictable and erratic behavior made it challenging for firefighters to establish containment lines and protect structures in the path of the blaze. The January 2025 wildfires left a trail of devastation across a wide swath of Los Angeles County. The Pacific Palisades fire, one of the largest and most destructive, swept through the affluent hillside communities overlooking the Pacific Ocean. Homes worth millions were reduced to smoldering rubble, and iconic landmarks like the Getty Villa were threatened by the flames. The fire jumped the Pacific Coast Highway, igniting brush in Malibu and forcing the evacuation of thousands of residents. Further inland, the Eaton Canyon fire threatened homes and businesses in the foothills of the San Gabriel Mountains. This fire, fueled by dry chaparral and driven by the relentless Santa Ana winds, burned for days, forcing the closure of major roads and sending plumes of smoke across the Los Angeles basin. Even Hollywood, typically associated with glamour and glitz, was not immune to the flames, as a smaller brush fire broke out near the Hollywood sign, scorching the hillside and prompting evacuations. Section 4. Economic and social fallout, picking up the pieces. In the aftermath of the fires, the full extent of the damage became grimly apparent. The economic toll was staggering, with billions of dollars in property losses, business disruptions, and firefighting costs. The tourism industry, a vital part of the Los Angeles economy, suffered as visitors canceled trips and iconic destinations were closed due to fire damage or poor air quality. The impact on small businesses, already reeling from the lingering effects of the pandemic, was particularly severe, with many facing an uncertain future. Beyond the economic costs, the social and psychological impacts of the fires were profound. Tens of thousands of residents were displaced from their homes, forced to seek refuge in shelters or with family and friends. The trauma of losing homes, businesses, and cherished possessions had a lasting effect on individuals and communities. The fires also exacerbated existing inequalities, with low-income communities and communities of color often bearing a disproportionate share of the burden. Section 5. A city's resilience community in the face of catastrophe. Amidst the devastation, however, stories of resilience and community spirit emerged. Neighbors helped neighbors escape the flames, sharing food, water, and shelter. First responders worked tirelessly, risking their lives to save others and contain the blazes. Volunteers flocked to evacuation centers, offering comfort and support to those who had lost everything. Donations poured in from across the country and around the world, a testament to the human capacity for empathy and generosity in times of crisis. The January 2025 wildfires were a stark reminder of the power of nature and the challenges of living in a fire-prone environment. They also revealed the strength and compassion of the human spirit as communities came together to support one another in the face of unimaginable loss. As Los Angeles rebuilds and recovers, it does so with a renewed appreciation for the fragility of life and the importance of community.